Welcome into a very special edition of Sports Talk with Theo Dorsey. South Georgia, let's talk sports. The last time 3 South Georgia football teams won a football state championship in one season was 1994. The current players weren't even born yet. We have a chance of that happening this coming weekend in Atlanta. Colquitt County, Lee County, Coffee High, Irwin County, and Clinch County are all headed to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium with state titles on the line. We preview each tonight on Sports Talk. Well, welcome into the A block of Sports Talk, Mike. Generally, we introduce our special guest coach here, but all 5 remaining coaches are hard at work preparing for state championship games, the biggest games of the season.
That's right. I'm glad to be here. Feels like a promotion kind of to join you. But South Georgia, it's going to be a takeover at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this weekend. So let's take a look at the games involving our area teams. Lee County and Coffee have Friday night camp at 8 o'clock in Atlanta, and this will be the rematch of the Region 1 6A championship game. Speaking of rematches, Clinch County and Irwin County kick off the morning game on Saturday at 10. That's also a rematch, as we said, of the 2015 Single A state title. And Colquitt County will get the last word Saturday night. They play North Gwinnett for all the marbles in the highest class.
Well, Mike, those are going to be great. And, of course, we've been to all 5 of those teams' practices this week. And we've spoken to players and coaches and have some nice pieces lined up for you, the fan, on this show. But first, it's only right we pour out one for the Georgia Dome. Here's a look at the former Atlanta Falcons home being
imploded. Glorious.
Oh. Look at that. Well, this is an overview. Then we're going to see it.
Isn't a bus supposed to drive by here?
Not quite on this video. This is the aerial view. Thank you. That we don't have that, what was it, a bus pull up and block the view. But the Dome was, Mike, the home of the Georgia High School Association Football State Championships ever since 2008. In that 9-year span, only 7 South Georgia teams have won titles under those bright lights. And maybe, Mike, this was a good chance for us to get a change-up because we might get 3 teams alone at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the first year. So maybe it's a good chance to get a new stadium in there. That's what South Georgia got amped up about, right?
Yeah, and I mean, talking to coaches throughout the week, throughout the year, it's been hard for them to change saying that we're going to the Dome, that sort of thing. So I can tell there's a lot of memories built there.
That's right. The Dome, going to the Dome is much more catchy than saying we're going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Maybe they should find a good nickname. But let's get back to what we came here for. Our very first preview. We're going to head to the 6A clash between Lee County and Coffee. Lee County is preparing for part 2 of that Trojan War and its first state championship appearance in school history. They may have had all home games throughout the playoffs, but the journey was far from sweet. The Lee County Trojans prepare for its title game versus Coffee High, full of energy and optimism.
Let's go.
The same feelings that had been sucked from Trojan Field when they trailed Glenn Academy by 25 points in the semifinals Friday night. But Lee County prevailed. They forced 4 fumbles in the 4th quarter, and they needed each and every one of them to pull off the 42-38 win and earn a berth in the 6A championship.
We felt like we could create a lot of turnovers in the game. They did a great job with ball security really until the 4th quarter, and then, it kind of hit all at once.
We had made some adjustments to the defense because they kept breaking up the middle, so we had to adjust that. And once we adjusted, we just caused fumble.
Lee County has put together a sturdy season. Their 13-1 record is the best in program history, and the Trojans are just a month removed from winning the Region 1 6A title over Coffee 23-7, the same team that awaits them in Atlanta for all the marbles. But Lee County knows the sequel doesn't always bring the same joy as the original.
All you had to do is watch the Georgia-Auburn game to know that just whoever won the first one, you could kind of throw that out. They got a great football team. It seems like we played them just yesterday for the region title.
We really got to treat it as another team. We can't go in saying we've already beat them
or they're going to beat us. We just need to treat it like a regular game.
The Trojans from Douglas will pack a stingy defense and a yearning for revenge on their trip to Atlanta. Coffee just held Tucker to its lowest scoring output since 2009 in the semifinals. Lee County is well aware.
They play very well on defense. They get to the ball, and anytime my offense mess up, they're capable of turning into a big play.
No defense can really stop our offense. Once we're clicking and we're on the same page with each other, no one can stop us.
Kickoff is Friday night at 8 in the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's the first championship appearance for both South Georgia Trojans teams.
When we get into that stadium, not getting caught up in the video screen and just the enormity of everything, and whoever handles that the best in this game is going to be a key factor in getting the win.
Well, for the fourth straight season, the 6A champion will come from Region 1. It was Colquitt County in 2014 and 2015. Remember, they went 30-0, and then they've since moved up to 7A. Then Valdosta won it all last year, and now it will be either Coffee or Lee County, Mike. So this is going to be a big one, a South Georgia affair, and they've already done this. Part 1 of the Trojan War was for Region 1 6A, as we mentioned. So let's take a look at the championship from November 3rd at Lee County.
The Lee County Trojans led it 13-7 coming out to play in the second half, and both defenses would grind. Let's see, Reese Pops, Coffee quarterback right there for a loss, and he's getting the sack with that one.
And then Jace Orndorff, he showed us how good he is at kicking all throughout the season, punting teams right into the one. This one was a touchback, but he hit the pylon. That was cool.
Yeah, that's always good right there. Impressive. All right, and right after that, the magic would happen again for Lee County. This time on a punt, it goes off. Coffee kicks it short. Elijah Carnes catches it with a running start, finds room, makes his way to the pay dirt, and that puts Lee County up 19-7.
That was a Play of the Week nominee. They were up 19-7. They knocked in that extra point to go up 20-7, and Lee County went on to win 23-7. They won that Region 1 6A crown about a month ago, but will they get the state crown, Mike? You went out to Douglas, right?
Yeah, we'll see. They're obviously very excited. They do remember that game. They're not forgetting it. Coffee on the losing side of things, obviously, as we just said. So they have something to prove Friday night. And we took a look at why the team isn't deviating from its normal routine heading into the big game.
The whistles and the hustle may seem like business as usual.
We don't get 7 times to run the same play.
And that's by design. Coffee head coach Robbie Pruitt says while the state title is on the line for the first time in Trojan history, his team is sticking to its weekly routine.
You know, we're not changing a whole lot. You know, we kind of have a way that we do things, and you know, this week is as far as our practice schedule and as far as the things that we do and the way we're approaching the game is just like we've done, you know, since week 1.
But a lot has happened since then. The title fight has been hashed out already in the fashion of a Trojan War. Lee County won it 23-7 just about a month ago.
I have a lot of respect for them for what they do, and our kids know that you know, we'll have to play 4 quarters. It's not going to be easy for sure.
And since their last encounter with Lee, the Coffee offense has scored at least 34 points in their past 3 games.
You know, we've just tried to, you know, improve on the areas where we didn't do real well, and the kids have you know, attacked the playoffs and each and every week and tried to get better, and we've been, you know, fortunate to be here.
Here on their practice field well into December.
Our kids are excited. It's the first time that we've ever, you know, been to the state championship in the history of our school, just like Lee County.
So this time, the implications of the Trojan War extend beyond rivalry, because history is now at stake.
Now, the Coffee-eyed Trojans lost 3 times this season, but they had a tough schedule. 2 of those teams, Lee County and Warner Robins, are still in the GHSA playoffs fighting for a championship. Tift County, that's the other team, they survived several postseason games as well. Other than the Trojans' loss to Lee County, the team was defeated by at most 3 points.
It's pretty impressive. Well, Clinch County and Irwin County have both played each other 5 times, or at least 4 times. They're about to play a 5th time in the past 3 years. And the next one right now is going to be a state title. We'll see which one of these teams pull it out, and we'll talk to both teams as we went to their practices to see if Irwin County can get a win for the 2nd time this year.